We have heard of things that we're glad we've never seen or encountered. But what about the things we haven't heard of that are far more terrifying? There are things out there that give our nightmares. Perhaps the reason they're awake and active in the middle of the night. What can these creatures be if they're the ones that scare our worst fears? Some are known to do terrible things, much worse than death. They will do things we can't even begin to fathom. Those unlucky enough to encounter these things and live have a tale to tell that deserves its own horror franchise. These poor, unsuspecting people probably wish they they wouldn't have lived to tell their story because they will never again be able to close their eyes without seeing this horrible abomination. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I will be talking about three of the most terrifying creatures ever to walk the earth. Their names, after this episode, will fill you with fear. They will make your heart race and give you the worst night terrors of your life. So close the blinds, lock the doors, and get comfortable. It may be your last time you're able to do so.
Hello there, friends, and welcome to the Paranatural podcast. My name is Ben.
And I'm Mickey Mouse. Ho ho!
Oh, great, we're getting sued by Disney. He's not Mickey, he's Jake. And
I don't want to get sued by
tonight,
that.
Jacob has for us a junk drawer episode of sorts. He's going to tell us about some strange, weird little cryptid critters running around. Jacob, how the fuck you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing good.
That's
doing good.
Awesome.
How are you?
I'm fucking beautiful, bud. I'm fucking beautiful.
I know you are. I can see you.
Fucking living and loving and looking forward to some creepy cryptids.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
just to explain to everyone how terrifying that this is gonna be, I named this episode the Cryptid Fuck Off episode.
Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. So if that don't tell you anything, then you just wait.
Tells us everything.
Yeah.
But before we get into fucking off with various cryptids, if you enjoy our content, please don't forget to give us that 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts. If we get to 50, we're going to do a live little Facebook thingy. Just chit-chat with y'all. Other than that, don't forget to share the show. Tell a friend about us. Bring them into the fuckery.
The fuckery.
The fuckery. The fuck-aroundery. That's what we do here.
Yeah. Is it? I'm pretty sure there's a way to tie Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all those together so we can do.
I don't know about TikTok. I know Facebook and Instagram. You can connect those.
Well, I mean, you connect those two. I'll do a TikTok stream.
Ticks and talks, buddy. Ticks and talks.
Ticks and talks. Apparently, that's the big thing nowadays with children's.
I don't know if we want children listening
Well,
to this show sometimes.
Children-minded adults like us.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
All right, buddy, tell us about some cryptids.
Okay. So the first one that I'm going to talk about is devil monkeys / the X monkey. The X monkey. Yeah. It's actually one of the X-Men. I'm kidding. Wolverine's biggest nemesis.
Sabretooth?
No, the X monkey.
Juggernaut.
The X monkey.
Oh. The X monkey.
Never meet your heroes. So says Deadpool. Okay. So the X monkey is said to have been created in a lab. The scientist who created it is unknown, yet many people believe that it was Albert Einstein himself because he was always very uneasy when talking about it. Hear that? I said about normal. Nice. The X monkey is about the size of an orangutan. I did it again.
You've been practicing, bud.
I have. Well, I haven't been watching as much hockey. And half of its face is robotic.
Whoa!
One of its eyes is robotic, so its eye is always glowing red. A slight fraction of Kenya has claimed to have seen it, And explorers have found a rundown lab in the middle of Kenya, and they found blueprints as well as a broken tank with hair in it. The hair had orangutan DNA as well as artificial DNA. The blueprints exactly matched the description of what civilians, like every single civilian, has reported seeing of the X monkey. The name at the top of this blueprint simply said X, which is where the name comes from, X monkey.
X monkey.
X monkey.
I thought you meant like it used to be your monkey, but then you got a divorce. Now it's your ex
Yeah,
monkey.
yeah. It used to be your monkey, but now it's your ex monkey.
Terminator monkey.
I'll be back for bananas.
The monkeys became self-aware.
God. Planet of the X monkeys.
Ooh. Ooh. But I think
Yeah.
we need to get hold of Sci-Fi Channel.
So the earliest mention of this cryptid was on a cryptid wiki, and it was closed down immediately after it made its appearance on that. Like the entire site was shut down.
The whole cryptid wiki was shut down,
Yes.
but has since been restored.
I'm assuming so, yes.
Because I've seen stuff on there.
But so like none of the accounts that I read, it was just like people like, oh yeah, I saw a half robot monkey. I'm like, that's not what people want to hear. They want to hear about some crazy shit that happened, not, oh, I saw it. So we're moving on to devil monkeys.
Devil monkeys.
Ooh, ooh, ah, ah. Ting, tang, walla, walla, bing, bang.
In the name of the Holy Spirit, get the fuck away from me.
Thanks, Derek.
Thank you, my brother. All right. Got two screens going here. All right. There have been reports of devil monkeys, which are large baboon-like primates that are now being spotted in the wooded areas of Flagstaff, Arizona. An eyewitness said that she noticed her dog was acting very agitated and scared when they were on a hike through Mount Eldon Forest Trail, when she noticed a small group of primitive-looking creatures scurrying through the rocks. She described them as 4 to 5 feet tall, very quick and agile. These so-called creatures are also known as devil monkeys in other places around the United States. You're nodding.
Yeah. Devil monkeys.
Good.
They're fun.
There have also been other sightings in other states such as New Mexico, Utah, and Colorado. Now,
so, all throughout the Southwest, essentially.
Yes. I want to say something real quick.
Isn't that what you've been doing?
I want to say something that I didn't get off online or other stories.
Phrasing. Anyway, go ahead.
So the little like ghost town that I'm from, Harrietta, there's this legend that's been going around since like the 1950s that this zoo train crashed up in the Harrietta Hills. And Harrietta has always been just a wee little town, but it's got railroad tracks going through it all over the place. So this zoo train crashed due to like some of the monkeys escaping and fucking up the conductor. And like, I know northern Michigan, you know it. It's cold, like 9 months out of the year.
Yes. Not exactly monkey-friendly territory.
But somehow, like every other animal died in the crash, but the monkeys survived, like the ones that escaped and fucked up the conductor. And now they live in the hills of Harrietta. Like you can hear them scream at night, which you can hear some weird things coming from the Harrietta Hills. And I don't know if there's any truth behind it, but it was always the creepiest legend.
One of those stories that just sticks in your brain pan.
Oh yeah, I knew it from when I was like 7 years old.
Mm.
So like there might be some devil monkeys in Harrietta. Yeah, I know.
Well, see,
Arr.
I've always liked the devil monkey stories because if you look at where it takes place, okay, you're talking the Southwest. It's not impossible to conceive of a species of primate coming up from like Central and South America to the American Southwest and just being in such a small population and kind of hidden in that fairly vast uninhabited territory that they could remain unfound.
Absolutely.
Because there are tons of monkey species in Central and South America. It really is not that far-fetched to think one of them may have wandered up here.
Oh, absolutely. There's invasive species every day reported. Why can't one of them be monkeys that haven't been found?
Well, like I know in prehistoric times, there's proof that like giant sloths came from South America when Mexico and all that like connected, and they wandered up into North America. So why not a primate species?
Right? Even what the fuck is going on? The my mouse is haunted. It's just flopping all over the place. Um in the I gotta say it right. In the Gruagach episode that I did,
Mm-hmm.
it mentioned that monkeys had like somehow gotten to Ireland from Egypt. The Queen of Egypt way back when kind of brought them
Mm-hmm.
to Egypt, and from Egypt somehow they got to Ireland, and people still report them to this day.
Mm-hmm.
And Ireland isn't all that monkey friendly.
More monkey friendly than Michigan, I think.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but they don't have a badass zoo train crash story. All right. Unique breeds of monkeys have been described as being about 3 to 4 feet tall, although some eyewitnesses have sworn that these furry fiends can reach a height that is in excess of 7 feet tall.
Well, that's just a Bigfoot.
No.
Monkeys don't
What?
get that tall.
Well, lucky for you, it's going to mention Bigfoots here in a second.
Yeah.
It seems clear, however, that those who have had an encounter with the larger version of these beasts are actually describing a run-in with the prototypical hairy humanoid and not the smaller, more primate-like devil monkey, unlike the legendary gorilla-like Bigfoot or Yeti.
Yeah.
These creatures, which have been seen through the American South and Midwest and as far north as Alaska, have been described as a shaggy, canine-faced, baboon-like creature with powerful, almost kangaroo-like legs, a trait they share with the South America's notorious goat sucker, the chupacabra.
Yeah, chupacabra.
Other distinguishing traits that devil monkeys are said to bear three-toed razor-clawed feet, tiny pointed ears, and a long, often bushy tail, not unlike legends of Benjamin.
Dogmans?
Rougarou.
The Rougarou. Oh yeah,
Of the
Rougarous got bushy tails, huh?
Yep, of the South, and werewolves, or the infamous Dreader roadkill.
You want to run that one by me again?
Gerator. So I actually saved a picture of this because it is a fucked up looking thing.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody killed this thing in Derider or whatever, and it looks like a almost like a wolf's body, but it's got limbs like a baboon, and it's got the face that's like a mixture between the two, but it's got fingers.
Well, okay then.
Yeah, it's
I've
weird.
never seen that one. I don't think.
Oh, well, since it's been a while since we put anything on the Facebook, I might put that one on there.
Yeah, okay, good idea.
Yeah. The first reported encounter with the swift, dangerous predator occurred in 1934 in South Pittsburgh, Tennessee. According to the reports, which were allegedly published in national newspapers, eyewitnesses described a mysterious beast that could leap across fields with lightning like speed, the ability to jump great distances up to 20 feet, according to some accounts. That's not that much.
20 feet?
That's not that much.
There are lots of primates that can like do that in a hop.
Well, when I was doing long jump in high school, I was doing 18, 19 feet.
Right. Like I said, lots of primates that can do that.
Yeah, that's not like
Like-
across fields is something special,
And
but
people
like
are not the best jumpers of the primate species by a
Hell
long
no.
shot.
absolutely not. There was this dude who was like a foot shorter than me, hitting like 22 foot for
Right.
long jump.
Right.
We called him Lord Zegda. Up to 20 feet, according to some accounts, have led some to speculate that these animals may have something in common with kangaroos that have been seen throughout the United States for decades. Again, 20 feet is not enough.
No, but that does bring up an interesting thing. The kangaroo phenomenon.
Yeah,
That's a real thing.
I know.
Like, and it's pretty much just people that have pet kangaroos that get loose and they get fucking seen and they become their own cryptid thing.
Well, one of your stories, it was someone saying that it was an escape. Which one was it?
Oh boy.
No, it wasn't the oh boy.
Was one of the Missouri cryptids. Fuck, I can't remember it.
It was Momo, right?
No.
No.
Different Missouri guy. Or Illinois guy. I don't know, something like that.
The lizard man?
No. I know what you're talking about. I can see his face. I can't think
John
of the name of it,
Cena?
though.
No, you can't see him.
And I don't think that was my episode. I'm pretty sure it was yours.
Was it?
Yeah.
We've
Look,
done a lot of episodes.
we do a lot
Benjamin.
of episodes. We talk about a lot of things, okay? Because we do.
Okay.
We do like pretty much one a week here, and then we try to do as many
One
as
a
we
week
can
on-
over on the Patreon. So if you want extra content, patreon.com/Paranatural Podcast. We put extra shows over there. But we do a lot of these things and forget what the fuck we talked about. So
Yeah.
Or
Just
who
little
talked about what.
keywords. Yeah. Little keywords pop up.
Yeah.
I usually do the exorcism stuff. I know that. And then does the Bigfoot stuff.
Correct. Other than that,
Yeah. All right. The suggestion is that those who think they're seeing kangaroos from a distance are, in fact, spying devil monkeys.
so now instead of people who think they're seeing devil monkeys, they're actually seeing kangaroos. We're flipping
Other
that
way
on
around.
its head.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I
Yep.
like it. Let's go with it.
Yeah. You see something hopping.
Yeah, that's
You're like-
definitely not. You're like, oh, hey, that looked like a kangaroo. No, motherfucker. That
Fucking
was a devil monkey.
Yep. While these 1934 encounters may or may not be associated with this phenomenon, the first official devil monkey sighting occurred in 1959. Official. While a couple by the name of Boyd were driving through the mountains near their home in Saltville, Virginia.
Saltville.
High cholesterolville. According to their account, an ape-like beast attacked their car, leaving 3 scratch marks on the side of the vehicle. The Boyd's daughter, Pauline, terrible name, described the terrifying attacker. It had light taffy colored hair. Uh-huh. With
Okay.
a white blaze down its neck and underbelly. Got a fucking gremlin here. What's this? What was its name?
Stripe.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Yeah. It stood on two large, well-muscled back legs and had shorter front leg or arms. So we got a T-Rex kangaroo monkey. Boyd went on to describe a second devil monkey encounter that occurred just days later in the same region. Several days after this incident, two nurses from Saltville area were driving home from work one morning and were attacked by an unknown creature who ripped the convertible top from their car.
Whoa, bud. Whoa.
Hopefully it's not a hardtop one.
Wow.
But
Why
yeah,
do
no
these things
kidding.
hate cars so much? What is it with
Jealousy, I
cryptids and
guess.
cars?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe if someone hit their devil monkey friend, they're like, every car is getting fucked now.
F you, car.
Luckily, the nurses, though surely frightened out of their wits, were unharmed. In 1969, esteemed mystery ape researchers John Green
Ah.
looked into the accounts of the long-tailed monkey beasts that eyewitnesses claimed was lurking near Mamquan,
Mm-hmm.
British Columbia. This creature was said to have left a series of distinctive three-toed tracks, much like those attributed to devil monkeys, as well as the legendary Bigfoot. Bigfoots don't have three toes.
There are certain Bigfoot stories that do include three-toed tracks. Many of them come out of the South, like your Skunk
Fucking
Ape area. And John Green is a famed Bigfoot researcher. He's actually the one responsible for writing down Albert Ostman's story.
attaboy.
So,
In 1973, famed cryptozoologist and author Lauren Coleman investigated reports of three black bushy-tailed giant monkeys that were said to have slaughtered livestock in Albany, Kentucky. Coleman mentioned the event in an interview with Animal Planet. Quote, I investigated that case in depth. I interviewed the people who were very sincere. In the whole context of the Devil Monkey reports, it seemed extremely sincere. You have these reports of hairy monkey-like creatures with tails very different from Bigfoot's. End quote. In 1979, there was a spate of reported encounters with a bipedal, or as Ben says, bipedal. Oh,
as
I
I
lost my
say
spot because I want
correctly,
to make fun of Ben. Where was I? Bipedal. Where is it? There. Monkey-like critter known as the Bigfoot, which hailed from the rural depths of Georgia. One female eyewitness described it as, oh, that's not nice. Quote, the ugliest looking thing I have ever seen. It had a tail like a beaver's, but it was bushy. End quote. That is not
and a
nice.
tail like a beaver, but bushy. That's nothing
Not
like a beaver's
nice.
tail.
She doesn't like bushy beavers, no. She was ahead of her time. She also claimed it bore a face like a dog's. These traits are all known to be devil monkey characteristics. In fact, more than a few eyewitnesses have described these beasts as resembling a wild dog at a distance, which suggests that this creature may employ both bipedal and quadrupedal locomotion.
As monkeys do.
It's true. That's true. This depiction of the creature coincides with what some consider to be the most recent and controversial devil monkey encounters on the book to date. According to the report, on January 12, 2006, an anonymous eyewitness claimed that he and his family entered their Chicago home to discover what he asserted was a devil-like creature violently attacking his 6-year-old Labrador dog.
Bastard.
The man further described the beast as being an unusual combination of a monkey, wolf, and a devil.
That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff
Well,
put together there.
with long fangs, a monkey-like tail, and extremely bright glowing eyes. Surprisingly, this fellow, unlike so many other who are taken aback by their first encounter with this ostensibly violent cryptid, claimed that he remained calm enough to grab a nearby camera and snap a photo of the alleged diabolical fiend. Why are you flopping your head around?
A diabolical fiend.
By golly, that's what it was. Attacking a dog. It was after the flashbulbs burst that, what? This is 2006. Who's got that camera? Okay. Burst that the creature purportedly sprang to its hind legs and ran, nearly pushing over this lucky fellow and his family in an effort to escape through the open door behind them. This unnamed observer also claimed that his neighborhood had been hereafter plagued with numerous reports of missing pets, and even went so far as to state that there was an additional, as yet wholly unsubstantiated account of yet another individual seeing an identical beast hanging from a local tree by its tail.
Oh, well then. I mean, it's Chicago. I'm surprised somebody didn't shoot the bastard.
Chicago.
Duh, Bears.
Ah, bears. All right. Goodness. My freaking mouse is having a seizure again. Looks like when I'm trying to hold it when I'm... Okay.
Now we're back to getting off on the internet.
Getting off. It's the only way to do anything on the internet. All right. My next cryptid. That was it for... You hold your comments until the end, okay? The Veggie Man.
The Veggie Man.
Of West Virginia.
How do I feel like this isn't going to be some Christian show?
Some Christian show.
Veggie Tales.
It's close.
It's close.
I'm pretty sure I've seen this in an episode.
All right, bring
or
it.
A movie. All right. So, this goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyways. Don't ever trust anyone whose body resembles a green, slender stalk of a plant and who sucks out your blood through 3 7-inch long fingers with needle-like tips and suction cups.
What? Okay.
That's what I always say.
Well, all right then.
I'm getting dithered on this one.
Not as much as this guy. Jennings Frederick would certainly agree with that because
that was
he
his
allegedly...
Jennings Frederick.
It's a sweet name, huh?
He's got it backwards.
Frederick. Yeah. No. It's a sweet name.
Okay.
Jennings Frederick. He met such a being while hunting one day in a West Virginia woodland during July 1968. So, Mr. Jennings Frederick, that's not hunting season.
July?
Yeah. Not hunting season.
Maybe laws were different back then?
Or maybe he's small game hunting.
Or maybe he's poaching.
Son of a bitch. According to American paranormal researcher Brad Steiger, Frederick suddenly became aware of what he later described as a high-pitched jabbering, much like that of a recording running at exaggerated speed, yet he could somehow understand it, and it was informing him that it came in peace, but it needed medical assistance. At the same moment, Frederick saw beside him the extraordinary I might need your help with this one, Ben. Quasi botanical.
Quasi botanical?
Yes.
No, okay. Means sort of vegetable, sort
Okay.
of plant,
Okay.
kind of plant like.
Entity described above.
Allegedly.
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 With a semi-human face, long ears, yellow slanted eyes, and 2 stick-like arms. Sounds terrifying.
Yeah, just creepy.
Before he had time to be surprised, however, he felt a prickling sensation in one of his hands, as if it were being entangled in some thorns. But when he looked, he discovered to his horror that the entity was draining blood from it through its own fingers.
How did it get close
Moreover,
enough to grab his hand?
it was right next to him when he was hearing the jabbering.
Oh,
Jeez, listen,
that
Ben.
wasn't that clear, I guess.
Blah, blah, blah. Moreover, its eyes suddenly changed color, becoming bright red and yielding a rotating, hypnotic effect that rendered his blood-sucking operation painless. Sounded pretty real, huh, Ben?
Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Just the most real.
A minute later, Frederick's enforced transfusion was over, and his mesmerizing recipient fled, bounding away rapidly up a hill, each leap covering a distance exceeding 25 feet. That's impressive. Unfortunately for Frederick, however, once the entity had disappeared, the pain in his hand had reappeared. And as he set off back home, he heard a strange humming sound, which he believed to be the entity's craft transporting it back from whence it had come.
Oh, so now it's an alien too.
Pretty much.
Son of a dick.
Frederick was so disturbed by his grotesque experience that he did not speak about it for several months. Some researchers have speculated that it may have been a hoax, but those who have spoken to him seemed convinced that his account, yet highly unusual, is genuine. So now this little part, Gage gave his little description of what Mr. Frederick left out.
Uh-huh.
As we all know, Gage, I have mentioned his chicken shit ass running away from the dog man, leaving me to get eaten. Okay. Gage, love you. The largest question posed about the veggie man is, why does he need blood? It could be many things, but starting with how he only seemed to steal blood from men, then proceeds to bound off like a horny teenager with a whole new goal. That's where it is thought the use of blood lies. He needs to fuel his veggie body for pleasure, the pleasure of which he was created for, as the veggie man has 3 phallic-like instruments of veggie origin on his body. A red penis pepper. Why, yes, they are real peppers. Look it up. An
Spicy.
eggplant for maximized girth and stretch. The third being a carrot for ridges and depth. All 3 of these combined are the ultimate tools of pleasure. Why would the veggie man need these? Well, how did the veggie man come to be? It is theorized that a suburban woman who thirsted beyond what normal men could provide sought to create it. So she planted herself a strong, fertile garden, fertilizing it with the seed of men she wooed, only to use what she could extract from them. This went on all of spring and most of summer. Then, after placing a magic spell, which involved killing a man by burying him alive in the garden, the veggie man rose under the full blood moon. His would be a purpose to fuel himself with the blood of men to pleasure the women who seek what cannot be provided.
That just makes no fucking sense. I mean, it's just bullshit. Fuck. Oh my.
Thanks, Bill Nye.
Derek made a funny Bill Nye thing. It was, what was it? Bill Nye's magic thighs or something. In between Bill Nye's magic thighs, that's what he said.
Wish you weren't so fucking awkward, bud.
Who, me or Derek?
Yes. Correct.
Well, so here's the thing. If I wasn't so awkward, would this be as fun of a show?
No, it wouldn't.
Now, I saved the best for last.
Oh, I'm gonna do her!
Yeah, let me get ready for this one because
Maybe that's what Veggie Man was thinking after he got the blood.
All right. So, Benjamin,
Yes.
I'm going to ask you not to giggle during this because it's another one I'm going to have to try really hard not to giggle.
Am I going to have to push the mute button?
Well, no, because I can still see your face. So if you start laughing, you got to keep a straight face.
Woosah.
Usa.
Like a rock.
You're an odd looking rock, buddy. Back in the 1930s in Czechoslovakia, there was the first sighting of the most horrifying creature to walk the earth. It was spotted near Schneiderhof, near the Bahunus nuclear power plant. A couple was visiting the town of Schneiderhof, then known as Johnsvania, taking an early evening stroll when they heard a strange noise coming from the nearby underbrush. Woodland critters were not unheard of for this area, so they were expecting it to be a raccoon or a possum. The noise changed from a slight rustling to a guttural groan. Out of the tree line, walking upright, came a 12-foot tall humanoid figure. It carried with it a satchel made of what looked to be hair. The creature had long, gangly limbs and an abdomen that was extremely thin. Its ribs were protruding against very tight skin. Its facial features were described as a twisted sneer with a very large open mouth. As it approached, the couple began to run away, but the man was grabbed by the creature. The woman continued running and escaped harm-free. The man, though he lived, he was much more unfortunate. I won't say just what happened to him because the name of this creature says it all. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first of more than 60 encounters with the Czechoslovakian dong wrangler.
Excuse me.
The Czechoslovakian dong wrangler.
The dong wrangler. Okay.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to try real hard to keep a straight face for this one.
Yeah, okay, good luck.
I was cracking up while writing this.
Did they really call it the dong wrangler, or is that what you called it?
That's the exact name of this cryptid, the Czechoslovakian dong wrangler.
Oh boy. Okay.
Now, I didn't put this in the paper just because so the Czechoslovakian dong wrangler is known for wrangling multiple dongs at once at will.
But it kind of sounds sexual, so I'll roll with it, okay?
I've known a few dong wranglers in my day.
Not to this extent. So, as you can see, this one's going to be extremely terrifying, right?
Mm-hmm.
The dong wrangler.
I'm shivering in my boots.
You're excited, aren't you?
More than you know.
For over 20 years, there were mostly questions with no answers as to what this thing was. In the late 1950s, though, the people of Schneiderhof came up with a theory. There was a construction worker at the Bahunus nuclear power plant named Ales Bronislav who worked very close to nuclear waste. He stood nearly 8 feet tall and had a strange and violent past. He'd been arrested a few times for dong wrangling. Yes, it means what you think it means. He'd get pissed off at some dude and rip off his purple-headed people greeter and keep it. Though Alice was very tall, he was still 4 feet shorter than the winky snatching abomination. Don't worry, they had theories for this too. He was basically a were-dong wrangler. At night, he would grow to 12 feet tall due to nuclear radiation and would go on the hunt to collect as many custard launchers as he could. Around the time that they were sending police to arrest him for his extracurricular pork sword harvesting, something terrible happened. The earthquake of 59 hit, and Aless, among many others, disappeared without a trace. Many unfortunate inhabitants of Czechoslovakia tragically passed away or went missing, presumed to be dead, in this 8.2 magnitude earthquake. However, local legends have preserved his name as a horrific creature with the scandalous pastime of collecting baloney ponies. You're doing pretty good so far.
I'm trying.
Many years, this is the part that's going to get you. Many years went by without a notable encounter of the dong wrangler, and many men were beginning to feel safe for the fate of their manhoods. However, in 1993, which was a great year, Mr. Gorbachev, yes, that Mr. Gorbachev, former president of the Soviet Union, had a terrifying experience. The former president was vacationing in Czechoslovakia with his family. According to him, one night he decided to leave his hotel in which he was staying due to wanting to get a breath of fresh air after dinner. He chose to walk down a deserted path through a nearby forest. Once again, according to him, he happened to have a large one-eyed trouser snake. Gorbachev had reached a clearing in the forest and sat down at a nearby bench to catch his breath. This is what happened as described by Gorbachev. I translated this from Russian to English, like the exact words.
Oh, God.
I did not change a word.
Oh, boy.
I sat up to catch my breath, cradling my big vintage cock like it was a baby. Suddenly, there was a large rustle from behind the trees. A very tall man ran up with a bag, grabbed my dong, and retreated under the cover of the forest. This witness account, later confirmed by the residents of the town of Schneiderhof, to be an encounter with the dong wrangler. Some say the monstrosity stalks the hills of Russia now. Supposedly, the creature had a wrestling match with Ronald Reagan. According to Gorbachev, though, he was nuked by a scientific test they carried out. Is that the end of the Czechoslovakian dong wrangler? Okay, we have another gauge theory.
In Soviet Russia, dong wrangles you.
All right, you ready for the gauge
Yeah, sure.
version?
Bring it on.
Okay. The Czechoslovakian dong wrangler. What actually is it? Some say monster and urban legend. However, what it really most certainly is a highly successful yet exclusive prostitute. A prostitute who sought specific clientele and became a legend in her own right. Only the largest cocks would do. Her domain and territory lies deeply into the Czech forests. As civilization waned after World War II, she who would not have been forgotten was lost. History became legend, legend became myth, and for 2.5 years, the Czechoslovakian dong wrangler passed out of all knowledge, except for those select few with massive cocks who she would visit and take as they had more to give than others. Her passing word to all she passes by but does not wrangle is 5-ish inches is enough. Be strong, Schlepek, which I asked him, and it means little friend in Czechoslovakian. To this day, she is raking in bands deep in the woad of dong.
Well, alrighty then. God. I don't know where you come up with this bullshit.
Where I come up with it.
But I love it. It's great.
The woad of dong.
The woad of dong. Well, all right then. I got nothing to say about that.
What? I was looking forward to what you would have to say about the Czechoslovakian dong wrangler.
I don't know what to say about it. Why would it just go around snatching ding dongs?
I don't know.
If it's 12 feet fucking tall,
Maybe he'd got a little pickle.
was he eating them? I don't know. Like tying them to his to make his bigger? Like,
That's why we have a little stapler.
it's like fucking the cryptid Jeffrey Dahmer. Just running around keeping people's dongs.
Yeah, like literally, I read 2 accounts. One I read on this. The other one was in 1937. An 11-foot tall man was arrested, tried, and put to death for mass dong wrangling.
An 11-foot tall man.
Yes.
Why is he not in any of the books as the world's tallest fucking man? Let alone the world's biggest dong wrangler.
Apparently, it's a crime in Czechoslovakia. Well, it's a crime everywhere.
I would
but,
hope snatching somebody's dangling off their fucking body would be a crime, no matter where you go.
Apparently, it's a crime big enough to be notable.
Of course, in my case, good luck getting a hold of that little bastard.
Well, apparently, you only have to worry about it if you have a big vintage cock.
Big vintage guy.
Yeah, I'm guessing like Russian vintage is like old, so he's sporting a big old cock.
Vintage cock.
Way to be braggadocious, Gorbachev.
That's the other thing I'm gonna say. This was the president of the USSR. If he'd have got his cock snatched, I'm pretty sure that would have been a bigger story than something you just read fucking the other day.
Are you kidding me? The motherfucker got nuked for snatching his weenie.
And wrestled with Reagan about it.
Reagan survived with his weenie attached.
Well, yeah, he was a bad motherfucker, but
He was, yeah.
Well, all right, there you go. Fucking Czechoslovakian dong wrangling. Oof.
So I was gonna do a story on this Florida dick monster, but there was like just nothing to go on. Like a bunch of stoners have seen this thing because like it's spotted around a place where people only smoke weed. Basically, it has 2 thick, short, stubby legs and a long phallus-like body.
So it's just a
Why it's
walking twig and berries.
Dick. Yes.
Nice.
More twig than berries.
More
but
twig
yes.
than berries.
Yeah. All meat, no taters.
Well, fuck. Better watch out. He better not go to Czechoslovakia. His whole ass will get snatched.
So that's another thing Gage wanted me to do. He wanted me to do like a celebrity death match between the Czechoslovakian dong wrangler and this dick monster.
Yep, the dong wrangler wins. That's his whole gig. Just snatching up dongs.
But you think he's gonna be? Oh, so the description of this thing, as I read it on the Cryptid website, is when it stands fully erect, it's 7 feet tall.
Dong wrangler's 11 or 12.
But can you wrangle a 7-foot dick?
If anybody can, the dong wrangler can.
So you think the dong wrangler wins?
I think the dong wrangler wins.
But this one-eyed yogurt slinger, it's got to have some cool attack.
Yeah, but like I said, that's his whole thing, wrangling big dongs.
Wrangling big dongs.
Vintage
Dong
cocks.
Wrangler wins.
Dong Wrangler wins. Fucking dick monster gonna get wrangled.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you who would definitely win against the dick monster is the veggie man. Start sucking that blood, you're going to like 3 foot tall.
Just drops him limp.
Yeah.
He's 2 inches.
He'd be dragging his body around.
Just looks like an acorn on top of his legs now.
Is it cold too? Probably why he's in Florida.
Yeah,
In
it's warm
Michigan,
down
he'd
there.
only be like 4 foot tall.
He'd be 3 foot tall. Just be some legs with his fucking eyes poking out. They just call him the Nutties Man. What do you mean?
That one's all taters, no meat.
Just looking like a little mushroom running around.
Yeah, just like a little cat mushroom with some testicular legs.
Yep, that'd be it.
Boy, it must hurt really bad to bang your knee as that thing, huh?
Send you right to praying for death.
And I shit you not, all of these are real cryptids.
I have no doubt. None at all. I don't think you made any of this up. I think other people made this shit up, but I don't think you made this shit up. Except devil monkeys. I believe in devil monkeys. That shit seems possible.
I believe in the Czechoslovakian dong wrangler.
The dong wrangler. Dong wrangler.
So the person or the people who got arrested for it literally were going around ripping dicks off.
How do you even? I don't know.
I would imagine you would bleed out quite quickly.
No, I don't think you actually bleed out at all. There's no actual main vein or artery that runs down the old shaftaroo, but
It is called the main vein.
that's what it's called, but that doesn't mean anything.
I'm just saying. Might be a bit too much information, but I have had to get stitches, and there was a lot of blood in a short amount of time. Like, blood down to my knee.
You know, nobody ever bled out from a head wound, and just a scratch up there will bleed like a motherfucker.
Oh, we're talking about that head, not the other.
Right, correct.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
top head.
Top head. All right. Does the dick monster have like a little person as an extremity or what?
Just a whole little dude out the front of him.
Yeah, it'll be like that one South Park episode. It's got what's his name? Oh my goodness. Brent Lusberger.
Yeah, you lost me.
South Park episode. They made a Scuzzle butt. It's got a celery stalk as a hand and Brent Lusberger as a leg.
Alrighty. Your knowledge of South Park is vastly exceeding mine own.
Oh, it vastly exceeds a lot of people.
Coming soon, fucking South Park podcast.
Oh shit, I can talk about South Park for like 2 years straight.
All right,
All right.
Jacob, anything else for the peoples?
Be safe if you're vacationing in Czechoslovakia and you are sporting a large vintage cock.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Be careful and don't get your dick snatched. All right? Don't get your dong wrangled. Wrangle your own dong.
But be gentle with it.
Be gentle
folks.
with it. Don't snatch it off. Other than that, if you enjoy our show, please don't forget to tell a friend. That is how we grow the fastest. Share the show, share the show, share the show. As always, we appreciate you listening and joining us every week for our fun and fuckery. And we'll see you next time. Good night.
This is basically to get over my last couple episodes. So yeah, enjoy the fuckery. Good night.